We got two guys coming. Really? Talk about make it obvious. I don't think this guy's actually coming. He's been over there for ages. Don't know where. Don't know where his friend went. Oh, Twisted Up's back. That is good. Where are we? We're over here. Okay. Shit. Okay. You look stupid. Oh. Ultra logged off. So these guys got called out in chat, so they're probably being very safe. I wonder if he'll speed up when his friends die. Oh yes, please shoot at me. Did you see him aim at me just then? You see, it tips them off when people call them out in chat. Because then they're like, oh, hey, admin's probably going to come watch us. So if they stop cheating, he's still watching me. Look at this dumbass. Like, and they pretend to be good at the game as well. Do this. Peek out a little, so they see. So he's aiming at that guy up there. And Sueno is focusing me. Let's see if he moves. We'll watch. And he moved. I can't tell if these guys are with them. Oh, There we go. He's speed hacking. Damn, he's quick. Ruh-roh. Oh, don't come over here, dude. Very well, this guy's speed hacking. So that'll be 40 years in one group. Are they together? They're not together. I feel sorry, but frostbite. I'll TP you back. What was that? A pre-fire though. Easy. Come on, Sueno. There, he slowed down when he was close enough. Dumbass. Where you going, buddy? So the Rugian, basically. That was the moral of this story. Oh yeah, look at that, he's already aiming at me. Let's go get him. Wait, where did he log? Think he logged. Think he realized what was going on. Or he crashed. We'll see. Hey dude over here. Hey buddy. Admin dude. Friendly. I'm admin.
Yo.
Admin dude.
Anarchy
Hey dude.
is lost, bro. It's lost.
Oh, hey dude. They're real cheaters, by the way. I've just been fucking with them.
Oh, you're good. I figured as much. And I already knew they were cheating. Yeah, we already figured they were cheating. We just came over to help A1 and C.
No worries. Oh, he's back. He logged, but he's back. Scatterrack, or whatever. He was speed hacking. So, just gonna wait for him to get back.
Oh, beautiful. No surprise.
Yeah. What a bunch of idiots, man.
Yeah, man. Been a minute. Yep, been a minute seeing you. So.
Oh, I saw that. Kid. Cool story, brother. They are so mad. I am literally visible. Visible. It's weird. They like choose weird times to speed hack. I want to see them all speed hack. They really have the footage of them speed hacking across the map, which I can hopefully put into the video. But we would like to see it with my own eyes. And where'd the other guy go? He did not care that his teammates just got wiped. Chatting to myself. Hey dudes.
Yo, 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 oh my god, what
Hey guys, how you doing?
the fuck?
Dude, it's you.
Please tell me those guys, well, please don't tell me those guys are cheating, but they fucking
Yeah, they're cheating.
I fucking
I
knew
told
it,
you.
man.
I told you.
Oh, dude.
Motherfucker.
Hey. I felt that, man.
Is there any chance that we can get our mags? Because I lost 3 mags.
I'll tell you what, do you want to go raid them with me right now?
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude, let's do
yeah,
it.
yes.
I would love
Hell
to.
yeah.
Yes.
We would love to do that shit.
They're all at their base at the moment.
Yeah, we would love that.
Right, who have I got
belly
here?
marked, so even if we teleport, I don't care. I don't care to lose that belly.
Take them over here. Nice.
Shit, which direction are they?
I don't know. I'd have to figure that one out. Right. So I've put these guys into God mode. Let's go storm the castle. Right, they're 500 meters away. Are you ready? What do you raid with on this?
Roger that.
Right, do you see that green mustache on the left?
Yep.
That's the target, boy.
There was more than one. I know there was more than one. Big ass fight going on right next to me. In the parking garage maybe. There might be more of these guys like right here too. Gotta be careful. Fucking first thing he does is camp. That's the first thing he does. Decked out helmet. We're taking those out for those. And thank you, sir. Oh, he was in the middle of unloading mags to put 60 in instead. I don't want that. I have a feeling he's gonna have friends up here. Okay, though. The list was like 5 people, and it sounds like the fucking map is fighting each other. If I should loot this guy, shit, dude. I really want to though. I don't know exactly where he was either. Oh, he was in the parking lot. What the fuck? I shouldn't have looted this guy. I should have just kept on my fucking track I was on. Only because I gotta go all the way backtrack to get to his body. Why is everyone bringing in this shit for beer right now? Trying to just escape to this side of the compound area so I can get out of this fucking parking lot. Probably alright. I hope not, because I have a lot of shit on me. Wait a minute. What did I just see? Maybe nothing, I don't know. I thought I seen something. That's the fire. The second mule is not going to help me, so I have to hope this one lasts as long as I need it to. I'm not exactly too sure why there's so many fucking geared people running around. Not really complaining. I can always use some new shit. The 300 blackout I'm probably gonna sell. I'm probably not gonna use that. DVL I might use for a gunsmith quest. Ammo though. M62s. I'm using those. As long as I make it. Those had to be the two most geared guys on the map, though, because I'm not seeing anybody else, really. They must have ran through everyone else. Besides, one of the guys was aimed at me, waiting for me to go to the cache. The second guy was lined up for me to hit his friend's body, which I already did. It was weird. It's like they knew where I was going to go. Those would be the guys that would be camping the Christmas tree normally, but since it's not there, they don't know what to do. So they just fucking... They literally went in a raid to camp shit. Both. I think that's kind of funny. I'm heavy as fuck. I think I'm over 62, I think. I I was 62 until I picked more shit up. I know that. Oh man. I got to take a clip earlier. Can't hold much, but if there's something good, I can drop something else for it. Now I literally can't pick up anything without dropping something, so... I weigh 61.6. Some momentum here. I probably just killed one or two cheaters. Honestly. The way they were acting, the way that the second one knew where I was gonna go, I probably did kill two cheaters. Or at least one cheater. I think the first guy was a cheater. Maybe. Could be wrong though. It's a weird place to be. Yes, me. If I sold everything, I can make a huge shit ton of money on this raid, but I think I'm gonna keep a lot of it if I have room for it. Thank you for the stuff. I used so many bullets because I didn't know if the first one was dead. I just kept shooting them. Shot up so many times. So I got myself a fast MT helmet, which is fucking sick. Got myself another Cayman. I think I've already had one of these somewhere. Yeah, I have a Cayman right here. I don't even know where to put this fucking thing, to be honest. I'll just put it next to the other one. Whatever. DVL mag I could not fucking find for the life of me. Apparently they do have it. M62s. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. We're gonna chamber and load this gun in M62. And then we will take this mag, take 6 out of there. Here we go. VMAX. Absolute trash ammo. M80s. He had M80s in it when he had M62s on him. Why? Why? I clapped his helmet a little bit though. That fucking sucks. Is the helmet itself fucked up? That's the question. Yes, it is. Motherfucker. I'll sell these right here. I don't want that. Okay, so the gunsmith for the DVL, let me see, this is part 5. Let me see, I'll throw this guy's DVL straight into the gunsmith quest. It just only needs a scope, pretty much. Let's take this bag out. Okay, the KHF 34mm. 7x35 by 56. And then we need a blue laser on this bitch, but where the fuck does that go? Seriously, where am I supposed to put a laser on this thing? If I take this off, dude, where am I supposed to put a laser on this thing? Oh, hold on. That's why this gun was so hard to build at one point. This needs to be non-silenced, I think. I'm not going to be able to get the barrel. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to get the barrel, I don't think. It doesn't say that we need that barrel on there, but I think we do. 40 or greater erg. 400 or less recoil. 2,000 or greater sighting range. 6.3 kilograms or less in weight, which that's, yeah. And then it just needs a laser. If I could just put a laser on this fucking thing, I'd be good. What goes here? Oh, wait. Nothing I can do about it right now. All set. Apparently, I can't fucking figure out how to put a laser on BBL, but I'll figure that out at a different time. That sucks. It needs the saboteur barrel. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. I don't know where the fuck I'm gonna get one of those barrels, but.
guys.
Wow, that is pretty pathetic. We've been
Oh,
here
no,
so
right.
much.
There we go. It's a thumbnail, guys. Oh, he sees us.
Oh my god, the lag.
What's up, man?
Well, one of you guys are logging out already. I see that.
Oh no, not this spawn, dude. I'm solo. Don't you fucking dare spawn a guy over there. Every time I spawn here with teammates, no one ever runs up from this side. I whiffed the fuck out of that by accident. That sucks. It was waving all over the place. I didn't mean to do that. After I shot the first shot, I was like, well, too late. I'm so fucked. I have no arm stam. Such bullshit, dude. My arm stam won't stay up for more than 2 seconds. Like, they're acting like the gun's heavy or something. I whiffed so many fucking shots that it's insane. The amount of shots I whiffed. I cannot believe these guys didn't run up and just kill me already. This is more or less, this is more embarrassing than anything, to be honest. I see him. They're running! Motherfucker, dude. There's probably one over here I didn't see, though. I hope not. I don't know where they went now. He fucking ran, dude. They straight up ran from me. They didn't even try to like fight me at all. They ran. I mean, unless you can call shooting a few fucking bullets in my direction, which weren't even aimed at me. They were just aimed at my direction. Probably a guy in a bush up here. Can't see through the bush. Okay. I'll take a fast MT helmet. No. It's not a bad find, actually. These fucking guys, though, running. I've never had people run away so much from me in, like, in gaming in general. This is the only game that people run away so much. Like, that's all they do. They just run. These fucking guys just skipped a bunch of caches to get away from me. They were on their way down the, like, row of caches, and they decided to just skip this section of them just to get away. I skipped a couple back there, but I don't know if I hit them or not. Wasn't gonna waste my time. No power yet. I think they just ran inside. I think they didn't want to be any part of this outside. Which is understandable. I whiffed that first shot. I could have got one. I might have got one. I only seen one guy. I very well might have killed someone back there. I don't know though. Maybe that's why he's running, because he knows I have a thermal. This boy came in my game and watched my stream for 2 seconds. Okay, we have issues. I think we went in the bus. I don't know if he went in the bus. I'm gonna die here if he went in the bus. No, he's playing dead. He's playing dead. That's what's happening. This motherfucker's playing dead. It's actually pretty annoying when they play like this. Like, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever when they play like this. They just fucking hide, man. What am I supposed to do when you're hiding? Ooh, what did I just see over there? I don't know where he went. I win, bitch. I will be taking your Mosin 2 now. And another fast MT. How many fast MTs could I get in 2 raids? All of them. No nades, man? Fuck. I was kinda hoping you would have some nades for me, but I guess we're good. Don't have to bring me nades every time. I think this was part of the first team I was fighting. The guys that ran from me. I think I actually did kill one over there. Which is kind of funny because I didn't see the body. So he's getting his shit back either way, I guess. And also, I think fast MPs are now showing up in cash because I have not seen them for the first actual light. I'll see. So I think this guy has a buddy. It's either I don't know if he's dead yet. Honestly, I'll find out at the end of this raid if I killed 1 or 2. my ex, dude. I don't have much shit on me, but hey. I killed the guy. I had a scope silenced Mosin in a night raid, standing in the middle of the highway like he was hidden or something. I probably would have found his ass if I didn't. Considering I found a fast MT in a cache, and now I've killed 2 different players that had fast MTs, I think they're definitely on. They're in stashes a lot now. So that's gonna be the new play. I think I know what I'm gonna do too. I know what I'm gonna do too. I'm gonna grab that trooper face mask and throw it on my one of my fast MTs I have here, and end up using that. Feel heavy. I know I'm not that heavy though. Never mind, 48. I mean, I'm not that heavy, but yeah, I do feel heavy. On the stash. I gotta drop shit before I reload. I remember that. Rebel needs to wake the fuck up so we can get all this loot. It's 1 in the morning. Fuck, I wish more people would stay up a bit later than this. Oh shit. Now I'm 60 kilograms. Who the hell brings a fast MT and a Mosin together? I think that's the weirdest combination. I feel like if I'm gonna bring a Mosin in, like a shit weapon like that, then... Especially in the quality his was in. His was at like 45% durability. He brought the shittest fucking Mosin that existed on the face of our planet. What was that? And on top of that... Yeah, and on top of that, he brought a fast MT with it, which is weird. Like, he wanted to do, like, real shit amounts of damage while not dying, even though he did the opposite. What was my farthest hit? I hit a couple people at far distances. I just fucking... Apparently, I was whiffing a lot. That's actually something I need to figure out.
Oh, knock, knock.
Where's he going?
Wait.
Why'd you log?
Oh.
Pardon? I didn't
Why
see
did
it,
he
bro.
log
Sorry.
off?
I don't know why he logged off, bro.
Is it because he's scared?
I don't know.
Which one of you guys are hungry? You need food.
It's me.
That's me either.
I got a little snacky snack.
No, we'll just open
Oh.
the door.
They open the door.
Yeah, come out here. Yeah.
Hey,
Oh,
who is this?
what's up, man?
Oh, was this guy? Okay, yeah,
Fuck
yeah.
you.
Take a shot. I wasn't sure who it was. It's a survivor for me. Come on in, guys. It was easy raid. Why did he open
Oh,
his
they got
door?
There's a lot of good stuff.
They knew, man. They knew exactly what was going on.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, can we, is there any bags around here? I don't have any bags.
Wait, which one of you guys just closed yourself in?
I didn't close this in here. I don't know who
Well,
closed this
it was
door,
one of
but
you
I
two
got my
idiots.
Ah, we got plenty of boom boom. We can get it. Yeah, go for it, dude.
Well, I don't know.
I can grab the.
And they're all gone. I don't think that was his report. Have I seen his report? You guys ready? Because this is actually somebody's base that isn't cheating. So,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Have
yeah.
some good
Nah,
Burger King.
yeah, I will.
Okay, yeah, you can teleport me out. Alright.
Well, 3 of them or 4 of them are running as a cheater. Another guy in the group is not cheating. That's
All 4 of them
probably
were
helping out,
cheating,
so.
but the guy that reported it, that their teammates were cheaters, has the space as well. So,
Yeah.
I will
alright.
leave it for them.
Y'all good in there?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
What?
Alec, you fucking stupid ass.
Alright, no,
You
you stay.
Oh my god, that's so good.
Alright, hold up, stay still. Oh, shit, okay, it's like I missed. Okay, you're right, you're right. You're
Ow.
right. Wait, who did I
Anarchy,
miss?
another one for you. Alright, man. Well, we appreciate it, Anarchy. Thank you
Yeah.
for
We
everything.
No worries,
appreciate it.
guys.
and
Have fun, guys. Have fun. Take it easy.
Yeah, thank you.
Later, buddy.
Cheers.
See you later. Just gonna teleport over there. That way they don't know. But this is the guy that reported them. Sorry. But yeah, anyways. I think we'll leave this one here. I do hope that you enjoyed. If you did, comment down below. And as always, don't forget to take it easy. Don't forget to stay sexy. My name is Anna.
The FAA has confirmed an investigation into the crash of Trevor Jacob is underway. We're going to examine the case against Mr. Jacob in this episode of Taking Off. Hi, I'm Dan Milliken, and this is Taking Off, a channel devoted to the aviation community, sponsored by Colton Mortgage and Flying Eyes. I would bet most of you out there know about the Taylor Craft airplane that crashed in California and the video released right before Christmas. There are a ton of videos out right now about this alleged stunt. And while some of the information in this video is already out there, I do have some new information today that I'll share. But I want to do this video different from the other videos that are out there. I want to approach this by looking at how the FAA might investigate this incident. First, the player in our story. Trevor Jacob was on the USA Olympic team to Sochi, Russia in 2014 as a snowboarder. He has a YouTube channel devoted to his adventures where only a few of the videos are actually aviation related. It's adventure related. A search of the FAA Airman database shows a Trevor D. Jacob with a private pilot certificate and no other FAA certificates, but I don't know if that's the same Trevor. November 24th, 2021, Trevor Jacob was flying a Taylor Craft BL-65 over the Los Padres Mountains north of the LA Basin. The engine stopped in flight, and Trevor egressed out of the airplane using his sport parachute to get down to Earth safely. He then hiked over to the crash site and pulled the cameras off the plane and eventually hiked out of the mountains, claiming poison oak, significant cuts and scratches from the brush, dehydration, and other stuff before being saved by passing farmers. In the title cards near the beginning of the video, he claims he immediately informed the FAA and the NTSB and that he wanted to get a message out so that other pilots would wear parachutes. And this past week, it was confirmed the FAA had indeed launched an investigation. Before we go into that, I want to talk about Mr. Jacobs' message about the importance of wearing a parachute for pilots. For those that don't know, most general aviation pilots do not wear parachutes. Now, when performing acrobatics, pilots will wear a parachute that is a little different than the sport parachute that jumpers wear. A pilot parachute has a round emergency chute that you can wear, and it's a little bit more comfortable than like the skydivers. The skydiver rig is bigger, has a second emergency chute as well. And pilots usually don't wear big altimeters that skydivers wear when doing jumps. Now, some planes are equipped with parachutes, most notably the Cirrus aircraft, but even so, the airplane has to be in a specific performance envelope to deploy with proper chance of a successful outcome. For the majority of pilots flying general aviation planes, wearing a skydiving parachute can be problematic. For instance, in my plane, a Cessna 210, it would take an incredible amount of strength to open the door and egress. Now, it's not impossible, depending on how slow I was going, but it would be difficult. And there are plenty of places to get hung up on exiting. And if you look at the data, it's extremely rare to die up at cruising altitude because of engine failure. At that point, your plane becomes a glider and can still be flown. What kills pilot in general aviation is when the plane falls out of the sky at a low altitude because of a stall, before the pilot can recover the airplane and help it to fly again. Look at it this way. You could fall 50 feet off a balcony and you will die. Fall 500 feet inside your airplane and it's worse. But fly the glider down to the ground and you've got a decent chance to walk away. All right, anyway, back to the case against Mr. Jacob. With the FAA confirming an investigation is underway means most likely this. The case was assigned to an FAA investigator at the local Flight Standards District Office, or FSDO, near Mr. Jacob, most likely, and that FSDO employee has begun investigating. I have learned that about a day after the crash, the FAA contacted the previous owner because the plane was still in her name, that Mr. Jacob had not completed the new registration. And that's a good sign that the FAA already started their investigation immediately after the crash. However, history tells us the FSDO will not be quick about it. In the case against Martha Lunkin that happened this past year, you can see that overview in the video we did here. It was a year of mostly silence until the FAA finally did something. And I don't expect anything different here. The FAA looks at it from a regulation violation point of view, only when FARs might have been broken, what laws might have been broken. In other words, people claim things like, well, his acting is so bad, it's proof, it's staged. Bad acting is not violation of the FARs. They look at accidental versus intentional, and that's a biggie. If the plane truly had engine trouble, then Mr. Jacob can be forgiven much. But if it was intentional, look for the book to be thrown at him in a year or more. Like Martha's case, the FAA determined her flight under the bridge to be intentional. And to make matters worse, they claim her transponder not working for that part of the flight to be intentional as well. She got all her certificates and flying privileges revoked completely, and a year of waiting before she could even become a student again to work towards getting her pilot's license. So intent is the key, which is why if some people are worried that Mr. Jacobs might have filed that NASA report, you know, the get out of jail free card, well, remember, that get out of jail free card is generally based on lack of intent. That card does not work if it's intentional. Mr. Jacob claims in the video he immediately notified the FAA and the NTSB after the crash. And it looks like that's true since the previous owner was contacted the next day. That's what a pilot is required to do if there's been serious injury or substantial damage to the aircraft, which the damage to the aircraft certainly qualifies here. I'm hoping with the investigation underway that the first thing the FAA did was to request the footage, though they might not have even known that there was footage until he released the video later. Which brings up an interesting situation. If he edited the video and exported that final and then deleted his raw footage, that will speak to intent. I'd like to look at his other videos. If he still has the raw footage from the other one, that would show that deleting the raw footage is not something he usually does, which is why it speaks to intent. If he has raw footage of this crash and turns it over, that could be the smoking gun. What did those interior cameras show as far as the alleged engine failure? And what footage do we know made it back to the editing bay? Now, he had a camera on the horizontal stabilizer looking forward. He had two cameras on the left wing looking at the plane. One of those looked to be inside an extended battery pack. A camera inside the cockpit on the dash looking aft at the pilot, and a handheld camera inside the cockpit, most likely the one on his selfie stick. He also has a GoPro mounted inside behind the passenger looking forward that might see the instrument panel. That camera is clearly powered on takeoff, but later in cruise, the camera is powered off. And it could have just died naturally, we don't know. So Mr. Jacob can easily claim there is not footage of the panel during the alleged engine out. Also, there is never any footage used in the edit from the left wing camera that's inside the power pack, but that's not a big deal, as that camera would have been redundant to the other left wing camera. Mr. Jacob claims in the video he always wears a parachute. But looking through his videos of him flying on his channel, I could not find a single video where he wears a parachute. Again, the FAA could look at past history. Never wearing a chute and then look at the flight in question, he wears a chute. And he could easily conclude that Mr. Jacob intended before taking off to jump out of the plane. Just because Mr. Jacob states, I always wear a parachute, doesn't mean anything when he has never worn a parachute on prior videos. Because it's action, not words that matter here. Okay, hammering on intent, which I believe will be or should be the FAA's focus of the investigation, another point. Why did Mr. Jacob hike all the way up to the crash site? He had no water, no supplies, and he was in a survival situation. Why spend the energy that could be life or death to make it to the plane where he knew he didn't have any water, no supplies? What was his intent on hiking to the plane? Was the only real purpose to recover the footage? Why did he wait so long to deploy the parachute? Early deployment, and he could have glided towards civilization, a much safer and reasonable objective. What was his intent there? The investigator will for sure look at Mr. Jacobs' logbook. Was he current? What was the status of his medical? These are potential violations here, and yes, though they're minor, If it's a violation, they'll count. And after they examine the pilot, they'll examine the plane. Many people have jumped on the public record showing a different owner. With a little research, I know for a fact that Mr. Jacob bought this 1940 Taylorcraft BL-65 about a month before the crash. What about the maintenance logs? When was the last annual? When was the engine last serviced? What was the engine last serviced for? The previous owners, they got to be upset about the loss of a classic plane and will be eager to share all the information with the FAA investigator. And here's the kicker. This is the smoking gun, the evidence that tells all, in my opinion. The previous owners are saying that Mr. Jacobs mentioned on the purchase that he was, quote, going to do something special with the plane. Could be nothing, could be everything. I also talked with Max Gavler, who earned his tailwheel endorsement in this specific plane and has like 50 hours in it, and also was an AMP and worked on this plane. He was very sad to see it crash. Max sent us this clip talking about the specifics of the BL-65.
Hey guys, so this is Max from Max Air LLC, the YouTube channel. I want to give you guys a couple interesting facts and just brief history about the Taylorcraft BL-65 that unfortunately went down. I got my tailwheel endorsement in 2016 in that airplane, and it's a Taylorcraft that had a Lycoming 65 horsepower, had an auxiliary fuel tank and a header tank in the nose. You could actually see which was 12 gallons, and you could see the fuel indication, and you could see off the left wing camera that he did indeed have pretty much the whole header tank full of fuel. Other interesting thing is the airplane did not have electrical, so it was, it did not have a starter, so you had to have hand propped it. That being said, if it had fuel and the nose was pushed over, basically the airplane should have started up again. Likely the keys were in the off position, and now it's sad to see such an airplane go to waste. The airplane was, in top shape. I being an AMPIA annual that airplane several times myself. A few years back now, not the recent 2 years. So I mean, it was a great airplane, for what it was. Just sad to see it go.
Thanks, Max. You can check out his channel here. And hopefully people like Max will be interviewed for the investigation. And here's a big question. Will the FAA or NTSB try and recover the plane? Specifically the engine, since it was a non-fatal, no injuries crash. I'm afraid they won't deem the recovery worth the effort and expense. And perhaps they're right. But I would want to read a report on that engine. I'm glad that no fire broke out. At first I thought maybe he ran out of fuel or timed it that way. But from the wing camera, Max noted that the tank is actually quite full. The investigators should, though, look at the fuel when it was last fueled, if there was any water in it from other reports, and how much was bought, and how much the time before when it was refueled, and all that kind of stuff. But probably nothing there to point to it as being a stunt from the fuel. But with full tanks, it was incredibly foolish to intentionally crash if that's what he did. It's not like California's had any issues with forest fires lately. I mean, that could have added criminal charges to this situation. And speaking of criminal and outside the FAA investigation, what about potential insurance fraud? My guess was that if this was indeed a stunt, he would have purchased the plane cheap and not bothered with insurance, and certainly not filed a claim if he had insurance. Which, by the way, if he had insurance and did not file a claim, I'd wonder why. Did he know he'd be persecuted for fraud? That would point to intent again. The FAA will undoubtedly look at his departure airport, Lompoc, and why he flew his other plane there shortly before beginning this incident flight. You see a lot of social media buzz on him not attempting an emergency landing on the sandbar that you can see below him when he's parachuting out. I don't think the FAA can dock him on that. I mean, there's not a FAR violation specific to that, but there are quite a few others, and you could certainly use the catch-all FAR 9113, careless and reckless operation. I know you guys are going to comment about that. But in no way have I covered all the possible FAR violations the FAA might find. So for all you who have seen the video, help me out. List them in the comment section. Rather than emotional accusations like he had a selfie stick so he should burn, what are the FARs he violated? Because I believe this is where the FAA will look. And as for me, the preponderance of the initial evidence supplied by Mr. Jacobs himself in the form of a YouTube video, this should never be referred to as an accident. This was a crash, intentional and meant for attention. And Mr. Jacob is certainly accomplishing that. Is it getting the kind of attention he thought he'd get? Well, probably not. Unless he saw the outcry coming and still thought it'd be cool to do this stunt, in which case he needs help. And as far as Pilot Jacob, I believe that they should yank his ticket permanently for such a careless and reckless stunt intended for media attention. I'm just so thankful nobody got hurt or killed in this. So I leave it there. We'll know more in a year or so. And who knows, maybe each one of the points will come back with a reasonable explanation and we were all wrong about Mr. Jacob. I hope so. In the meantime, remember, superior update on a FSDO seemingly out of control, a legend gets her wings chopped off, and a young woman from Belgium is set to break a record. This and more aviation news on Taking Off. Hi, I'm Dan Milliken, and we're brought to you by Gold Seal, groundschool.com. Today, we're going to talk about Martha Lunkin, who flew under a bridge, Ken Wiedeken, the DPE who got terminated out of San Antonio. We're going to do an update. But before we get to those, let's start with some inspiration. A Belgian young lady, teenager Zora Rutherford, has landed in the United States and is on her way to circling the globe in 52 countries. She's attempting this to be the youngest woman to fly solo around the world. And this 19-year-old is piloting a microlight aircraft and is promoting flying and STEM opportunities for girls and young women. And she hopes to become an astronaut. Go Zora, we're pulling for you. I'm putting a link in the description if you want to follow her progress as she travels the globe. Okay, around a year ago, the San Antonio FAA Flight Standards District Office, or FSDO, terminated a well-known, well-liked DPE, Ken Wiedeken. And we did a story on that. What Ken was told was that he was terminated because he attended a FAST team workshop that discussed the technique of water skiing a plane, and he didn't speak up and say that it was a bad thing. Not disciplined was another DPE in attendance, and also an employee of the FSDO office was actually there and was not terminated. Ken was told it was also because during the workshop held in an evening, it was perceived that he took a sip from a glass with what looked like wine. Understandably, many people are concerned with the seemingly capricious and arbitrary action by the FSDO, specifically Christian Morales, who took the action, and his boss, manager Michael Carroll. I don't want to do a one-sided rant against the FAA without facts and the hearing of both sides, so I'll tell you, I reached out to the FAA and got no comment, and I emailed both Mr. Morales and Mr. Carroll and got no response. It was clear back then, a year ago, the deck was stacked against Ken and the likelihood of being reinstated incredibly slim. The FAA is well within their rights to terminate the contract with any DPE, and they don't have to have any reason or cause. But the ramifications for this incident are far-reaching. The virtual workshop was all about safety. Now, very experienced and learned people, masters of the craft of flying, have a good reason not to participate in online workshops, and safety is clearly affected. And we've seen it in the years since this has taken place. People have bowed out of virtual workshops, and many are hesitant to teach or contribute to safety programs. In the meantime, Ken and his lawyers have not given up. They're working through the channels to get Ken reinstated and to develop rules or regulations to prevent capricious and arbitrary action like this in the future. In other words, some level of accountability at the FSDO. Now, as a note, I want to say this. There are many, many fine people working at the FAA. I know some of them. We've had some of them on the show. And when I got called into the North Texas FSDO for something, I walked out with a new level of respect for the FAA. They were focused on safety and making sure I understood what the best procedures were, not just in punishing me. So there's lots of good out there in the FAA, and that's why it's really concerning when reports surface since the Ken Wedekind event that the San Antonio FSDO has added to, well, weird behavior. The same San Antonio FSDO employee who fired Ken, Christian Morales, showed up at a West Houston airport, according to airport manager Woody Lescar, and went into a business threatening to shut it down. But like a very sad Rosanna Dana skit, it was the wrong business, and the accusations were leveled against someone not even involved in the issue Morales was chasing. And now we've learned, unsurprisingly, that the San Antonio FSDO is under investigation by the FAA, according to Director of Audit and Evaluation H. Clayton Forshee, as reported by Plane and Pilot magazine. And individuals who have been trying to shine a light on the abuses have, according to them, been retaliated against. Jeremy Walters, the host of the workshop in question, and Trace Clinton, who was also involved, started a Facebook group in support of Ken. And they've reported that they've been bullied by the San Antonio FSDO and also by a retired FAA inspector friend of Carroll and Morales. A report revealed by the Freedom of Information Act has showed that Morales has claimed to an investigator the opposite, that Walters has been bullying him. And another Freedom of Information Act report shows Morales told operations personnel to make sure to follow Jeremy Walters on his desire to renew his CFI. All right, who's bullying who? Well, it really doesn't matter. Regardless, if, and to be fair, that's a real if, the San Antonio FSDO has some rogue individuals treating their district as a personal fiefdom, then I hope the FAA cleans up their house. It's been over a year, and I know the FAA moves carefully, but this sounds like it's getting worse. And if what's being reported is true about Mr. Morales, then I hope action is taken before anyone else is hurt. And importantly, if what is being claimed is untrue and inaccurate about Mr. Morales, then I hope that comes to light and an innocent man can be exonerated and Morales' honor restored. It is my hope that the trust between the FAA and the general aviation community is strengthened by the truth, no matter where the truth lands, and that safety can be taught, and that pilot lives can be saved. That's what it's about. I'd simply like an environment of safety to prevail and be encouraged in our aviation community. That's all. And I know there are many at the FAA who feel the same way. Okay, to help segue between two heavy FAA stories, I want to talk about a hero. Nashville helicopter pilot Joel Boyers in a lost car 17 people stranded in a deadly Tennessee flood. The flood killed 20, and Boyers, he was heading home to Nashville to celebrate getting engaged with his fiancée, riding along in his helicopter, when he got a call from his brother who was in the stricken flood area. He was trapped on the roof with his daughters, and he decided he had to try, and to his surprise, there was nobody else up in the air trying to rescue people. No law enforcement, no National Guard. And he dodged power lines and had his fiancée spotting for him, and he pulled 17 to safety by the end of the day. If the National Guard or police were there up rescuing, maybe he would have let them do their work and definitely not get in the way. But when people needed him, he answered, "Dude, you rock." Okay, now on to the Martha Lunkin story. Martha has been a pilot for near 60 years. Aviation has been her life. Certificated with just about everything, including ATP. She has been a writer for Flying Magazine for many years. And here's the biggie. She worked as an FAA aviation safety inspector with the FSDO in Chicago, and later at the FSDO back near her home in southern Ohio. About a week before the pandemic hit, 2020, Martha was out enjoying some food in her Cessna 180 near her home in Ohio. And she admits that she can't explain or justify her impulsive behavior, but she decided to fly under the newly remodeled Jeremiah Moore Bridge. She claims it was spontaneous, that she actually said out loud, "I have to do this before I'm too old to fly anymore." Well, workers were underneath the bridge with a photo drone and caught her image. She absolutely admits that it was the wrong thing to do, that it was illegal. She got that call from the FISDO. Did you fly under the bridge? Yes. Did you turn off your transponder? No. Her radio shop confirmed that it had worked loose and was illegal. They wasn't buying it. And long story short, they threw the book at her, the heaviest book they could find. Martha lost all her certificates, and because they felt she was an immediate menace to aviation, they suspended her from regaining any certificates. And I say immediate menace because it was a year after the incident before they even took action. I get that what she did was wrong, but she did have 60 years of aviation.
Chill, bro.
They believe
What are you
she
doing?
purposely turned her ADSB off, which determined premeditation, intent, rather than impulse, as Martha's claiming. So after her suspension is served, she can go to school from the beginning.
Fucking
earn a
idiot.
Sports pilot's license. In the meantime, Flying Magazine has put a column on hiatus until early next year. What do you think? Was Martha's punishment what was needed and deserved, or was it too severe? Comment below. I'd love to hear your
All
thoughts.
scabs just kill other
Finally,
scabs
on the
now.
news
It
side,
doesn't
there's
fucking
been a
matter.
couple of
They
accidents,
just do whatever
one
they fucking
near
want.
where I am.
Karma doesn't mean shit
Don't
anyway.
know the cause, but it's August, and many of you fly where the heat is getting bad. Remember that density altitude is real and will affect the performance of your airplane, so always take into account the density altitude. That's the news. One thing I'd like you to consider. Our friend Martin Polly has organized a fundraiser for the Woody Williams Foundation that benefits Gold Star families, as well as the Air Safety Foundation. Bid on the posters to help raise money for a great cause. I'll put the links in the description. And one other thing I want to mention. I still have plenty of videos from AirVenture that I'll be releasing over the next month. And look for episodes of In the Hangar that we recorded a few months back to start releasing again every Friday at 3 p.m. Central like before. And don't forget, Flying Eyes. There's going to be a huge announcement soon, and you can use our taking off code, all caps, one word, good for 10% off at flyingeyesoptics.com. And finally, thanks to our Hangar Club members and Christie's Patreon team. Your support means a lot to us. And always, remember superior trumps. As always, remember superior judgment trumps superior skill. Fly safe.
Whoa! This fucking idiot, dude. I swear to God. He's a scav, probably. If he's a PMC, I don't care. But scavs are like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Yeah, it's a PMC. Okay, that makes sense. Did I even hit him? I did hit him. If I hit him one more time, I probably would have killed him. You gotta love how easy they can just go get headshots, though, right? Yeah, how he just aims at me, insta headshot every fucking time. You gotta love that. You gotta love that. Make sure I'm all set to go. I think I am. If I had any other gun, I could have killed that fucking guy. Even a pistol. Hates me sometimes, I think. I just heard a grenade behind me or something, like getting unpinned. It's fucking weird. Every receipt that keeps appearing next to my hand while I'm trying to use the mouse. It is so fucking annoying. Damn. I think that was a stab. Oh my god, why are you... I'm gonna die this raid. I have some weird ping issue or something, I can already tell. Something's happening. Yeah, something's happening, dude, on my thing. I can feel it. Like input delay or something. I think that's what it is. I'm hitting right mouse button to aim out from out of the scope, and it just continues aiming in the scope sometimes. So fucking weird, dude. echo a W and you keep walking. I don't think I'm recovering steam right now either. No, okay. Yeah, mules are expensive to be doing this, but whatever. I usually take everything, but Hopefully one of those items pays for the mule. So I can actually make money on this raid. Hopefully this pays for the mule. 90,000. 57. And what was this? Okay, so these two items paid for the mule then. Fucking sucks because these are the reason I needed the mule. $90,000. I paid for the mule right there. Plus 13. Plus 12. don't want to.
Okay. You should be getting your 4 kills and sometimes one. Sometimes you get unlucky. You get like 1 scavs or 2 scavs on the way out. 8 bullets, your run is over, and you're home with like millions of dollars of worth of loot.
You know what? Do not respond to this. Donor wall. Also eat booty.
Stream sniper.
Stream sniper. Every time he gets killed, stream sniper.
How is that a scav? I don't get it. That's just so that's just so dog shit. That is so fucking lame, dude. Actual fucking lame-o. It's fine. It's 1% sniper. Literally 1%. 100% sniper. That guy is not it's a sniper 100%. It's fine. We're gonna roll like this.
Dude's running through the main area of Lighthouse. Like, there's like 4 spawns there. Gets killed,
I'm not gonna bring
stream
that.
sniper.
No rig, we don't need rig. It's fine.